table's too small for my body.
I think it's a normal size table.
It's not.
Sorry. Sorry about the elbow.
It's unacceptable.
What are you looking for?
A chopstick.
Ugh, my back and neck are so sore.
What?
You just carry hand warmers.
You never know when you're gonna have a bout with Raynaud's.
Hand warmers. I really struggled with that. My back and neck are like all knotted up.
Sorry.
Man, the devil.
Oh, you really did hit this or something, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I don't remember. I guess I was reaching for the brush.
Okay, let me set this back up. How are we feeling about that background color? See, there are two. That's fine.
Wait, I thought we decided Ren was blue. Or are we?
I know, but I'm wearing
video?
blue, so that might be weird.
So it all revolves around you.
It revolves somewhat around me. We could do a different color though if you want.
I mean, it's fine.
I did take the color from part of his video. I just fast forwarded and picked the color out of it.
What you gonna do?
Is it stupid with the pieces in front?
Yes.
I think if I do that, I have to go like this.
Wait, should I do?
Don't include this. It's probably starting to get annoying that we're doing our hair.
But it's real.
Does it have to be real every time?
No, I guess not. I guess we could try to seem like we're prepared.
See, maybe my hair is better if I put it up.
Oh, I have to do. Tell me to do this every time.
Do that?
No, just my hair like.
Oh.
But it's just. It makes me feel like a DJ.
Like a DJ? You think your hair looks like a DJ?
No, not my hair, but like these big ass headphones. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Make 'em come. Wait.
Is that what you guys were playing in the car?
No, you're singing it.
And we were playing. I played a video with it. Remember?
Oh.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Or when they come for you. I don't know what I was singing before.
So,
Me and the devil.
what did you do?
Walking side by side. Do you guys know that song?
No.
I don't think I know that song.
I don't know who it's by.
Okay, I think this is as good as it's gonna get.
That's
Are you
good,
gonna
though.
cry?
Yes.
That's terrible. So, should we... I guess we should introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Do you feel like we need to mix it up yet, or are we pretty solid?
I don't know
Like
what
with
else we
what?
would say. Like, change our names. We say like 2 words.
Wait, you say you're Ken. You lead us. Why don't we try that?
I don't remember what you do. Do you just say, hi, I'm Ken?
Yeah.
And now you're talking about it, so you ruined it.
But you could just be first. You don't have to be Ken. That wouldn't make any sense, I guess.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kate.
I'm Ken.
I'm Corinne.
And you're listening to 33 Years Apart. Is that not what you said?
That's not what I said.
Listening to, that makes it sound like it's radio.
Yeah, I say, and we're 33 years apart.
And we're 33
33
years apart. You're watching 33 years apart.
That's
I
correct.
guess, but the thing is, they know that.
Yeah, but people still say it.
I know, but why?
People still say it. I don't
Yeah,
know
Yoga
why.
with Adrian, she says, hi, I'm Yoga with Adrian. No, she doesn't.
Hi.
I'm Adrian. She says, hi, I'm Adrian.
Yeah, but she says this is Yoga with
No, I
Adrian.
don't think she
I'm
does,
Adrian.
actually.
No, I think she does.
No, I don't think she does.
We'll check that out.
We should bet on it.
We'll check that out in a little bit. So this is going to be our 4th Ren listen. Now, a few people corrected me. Apparently the last one that we did, The Tales of Jenny and Screech, was actually written as 3 different songs. And we watched 3 different songs, and they were actually written... Yes, so we actually listened to 3 different Ren songs.
But he just builds off of them.
Yes, but they were written pretty far apart. Apparently, there was a long time, maybe even a year or so between writing. So, but we saw 3 Ren songs. So this is not our 4th Ren song. That would make this that was 6th Ren song.
That's a lot.
Last year of the video, I'm sorry.
What did you say?
Last year of the video, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's oh, come on now.
Now she got me.
Promise. And that means your grandmother is going to comment on how tired you both
my
look in the
gosh,
video,
yeah.
which is awful that
My
she did that.
grandmother commented last video and said, Kate looks so tired.
It looks like she's going to fall asleep.
No, she said, Kate, you look
Look
so
so
tired.
No, she said you look like you're falling asleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So my own grandmother trolled me in the comments.
So, Grammy, if you're watching this now, please say something nice this time
Yeah.
about your granddaughters.
Maybe say how beautiful your granddaughters are or how lively and colorful they are.
Is there anything else you want her to say?
Or like, they're so smart.
So smart. Just you can say they're so smart.
Yeah.
So emotionally intelligent. So, we've been reading a lot of the. I'm just jumping back.
Okay,
in.
yeah.
We've been reading a lot of the Ren comments, and we really appreciate all the insights. One of the things that I said when we did watch the Tales of Jenny and Screech was that I felt like I wouldn't really be watching it again.
Or listening to
Or
it.
listening to
Yeah.
it again. But then a lot of people in the comments pointed out some details, a lot of really subtle, you gotta
So
stop.
sorry.
Now Grammy can say that, and she would be
No, I
right.
know. You're
So,
right.
but so a lot of details, and obviously, and we already commented on this, like Ren is obviously very meticulous and very specific about what he includes in his
Yeah,
videos.
but we definitely missed some stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking that back. I'm definitely going to be rewatching that, and I think I'll get a lot more out of it. Really interesting little things. But then there were comments about what we should listen to next, and some of you suggested that we kind of pivot and do something a little bit more upbeat. And then there were some other suggestions as well. And I was kind of on the fence, but then we discussed some songs that we'd be doing tonight. And I've decided, so we're going to be doing two songs from two different artists tonight. This is our first recording, so this is going to be Ren for Joe. And there's actually a theme here. And then we're going to watch an Aurora song. We'll talk about
First one of hers.
first one of hers. But if you're a Ren fan and you're joining us because you enjoy Ren, I would encourage you to listen to and watch that Aurora one as well, because I picked them both because they're connected. Because there's a theme here, and I only know that because I read some of your comments and what people have said about this. But so I think there's going to be an interesting theme between the two. So watch the Ren video. Please check out the Aurora video that hopefully will release a few days after this, and that one is called The Rivers. But we're going to start with Ren. This one is for Joe. And I'm not going to say anything else. I know a little bit about it just based on what people have written, but I think we should just dive in.
I've definitely never heard of
And
this one.
you haven't heard this. You haven't heard this
And
one
I've heard
either.
the other two. Like, I heard Jenny and Screech, like clips of it on TikTok.
You have.
Same with High Ren.
And High
but
Ren, right.
I don't think I've heard this
But
one.
you had never heard Dominoes, right?
No, I'd never heard Dominoes.
Okay,
I
and
forgot.
Dominoes was great. We loved
Yeah.
Dominoes.
Well, let's get into it.
So here we go.
Let's.
All right, so I'm going to bring this up.
Ow.
I'll leave the captions on so we like to watch the lyrics.
Oh,
All
we're
right.
back.
Well, maybe we're back. We'll see. Let's see what happens when I push play on this. I want to make sure we get the whole thing in here.
Looks good.
All right, I'm excited.
He can play piano
Yeah,
too.
first time seeing him play piano.
So I guess he's really a talented musician.
Yeah, I guess.
And I say that jokingly. I already knew that, but that's pretty impressive that he's.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside the trunk, inside the pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the Pier caving, kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast to tell the truth. The day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find the anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine, not the way that it worked. I was late like a jerk, there's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you, absurd, fuck. Another domino, it falls. Across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong, freckled angels live on, freckled angels climb higher, freckled angels still inspire, freckled angels won't forget you, teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you, now my wings are missing feather. Otherwise I'd come and join you, but for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body. But for everything it's worth, made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage, and that's all because of you. Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
That's really sad.
That was really sad. We really didn't give ourselves a break.
Yeah, everyone was to lighten it up with their own songs. But I mean, it's a beautiful song. The piano was, I really like the piano.
The piano
was
was
cool seeing him play the
beautiful.
piano after
Everything
the
else.
guitar.
I also feel like with every line, I think this is true for all of Ren's songs, and I'm especially realizing that after reading people's comments, but every line we could have stopped and talked about it. Like there's something to break down about every part, and each line I was like, oh, I need to say that. But now towards the end of the song,
you should say all the lines now.
Well, I was thinking it would be nice if we had the lyrics in front of us, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, I have something to say about this line. I have something to say about this line.
I also think it's interesting, and maybe this isn't, I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard from the perspective of someone who misses a person who has committed suicide, or you're not supposed to say that.
No, you can say that.
Committed, you're not supposed to.
Took their lives.
Yeah. Took their lives. Like, because I guess I don't know. It's just such a different pain, because he's also sounds like he's a little bit angry. He was saying he couldn't find the anger. He can only have a feeling. And so it's just such, I'm sure, I've never experienced this, but I'm sure it's such a complicated array of emotions.
The anger, the missing, and then towards the end it kind of switched to being like, not gratitude. Well, gratitude for him as a person, and also saying that it made him see the world differently, and it made him stronger.
Yeah, I mean, he talks about, obviously he misses this friend. Obviously that's very, very strongly, but also he changed as a person as a result.
Oh,
And
yeah. I love the part where he said, I miss myself.
I miss
too.
myself,
Yeah.
but
His
prior to
childhood
this,
also
right?
jumped.
Because that's the kind of tragedy that changes you. And, you when people use the expression, they lost their childhood or that's when their childhood ended, that's literally what that means. Because I don't remember the exact time, but I remember there was a point in my life when I first understood that you could actually take your own life.
Well, I
And the
remember
time
the
before-
exact moment.
I know you do. I apologize. Again, a bad parenting.
I was forced to watch Dead Poets Society when I was in 4th grade.
It was, yes.
And I didn't know
That
about-
is correct. You didn't. That's right. There's a time in your life when you don't know that suicide is a
And
thing.
I watched it at the same time, meaning I was in 2nd grade.
You also watched.
I don't know.
I
but that's
vaguely
true.
remember that movie.
I prefer to maintain the illusion that I was a perfect parent all this time. So,
And that I didn't sleep for like a week.
yeah, I'm sorry about that. But
It's weird that like a child's mind can't comprehend that we
Yeah.
can do that to ourselves.
Or like
Right.
why you would. Or,
right,
Yeah.
why you even would?
Yeah, I
It
guess
wouldn't even
that's
occur
more
to
of
you.
the question.
So I really liked that. I liked that idea, and I like you guys can't see it, but I pulled up a copy of the lyrics here. I'm looking. I like this too, and just the anguish of thinking, my God, if I was there 5 minutes sooner.
And that's like the guilt of it. There's
Yeah.
just so many different emotions
Yeah, the
that
guilt,
he's showing us right now that some of them I don't think I would ever think about really.
Yeah.
As someone who hasn't had this experience before, but like guilt of what if I got there 5
Right.
minutes before and his life he would still have his childhood and his
Right.
friend would still be here and then they would get to
And
grow up together.
I think that's common. I mean, this is a very specific example, but where you think about all the things you could have done differently
Right.
to prevent this awful tragedy from happening.
Yeah.
But this sounds very specific. He's talking about if I was there 5 minutes sooner, I would have pulled you back from the edge and we would have cried about it, and talked about it.
It's interesting. I didn't notice his another domino. It
I
falls.
was gonna bring that up. Like
another. Kind
so
of
we've
domino.
only been doing this for 2 months.
Yeah.
We've only listened to less than 20 songs or so. And this is the third song that references dominoes.
Dominoes. Yeah.
It's just not called domino.
Right.
But the domino song he was talking about was a lot about, or for Ren's domino song was like beauty standards and stuff like that. If I remember
Yes, but it was
correctly.
more
But it was like society, how
Yes,
society
exactly.
tears us all down.
right.
So.
Society setting us up to fall. And so he started talking about that in this as well. And I want to get back to the freckled angels
Oh yeah, I
thing.
was confused
But
about
so, he talks about how, and he's using the word domino here, across the way, another's born. How are you supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm? He's like, the 3 different songs we've heard about dominoes talk about things that are outside of our control that affect us anyway. And so that's what he was, in my mind, he's kind of alluding to here is, how can we raise children in this awful, awful world sometimes when it's just everything's against them?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't do anything necessarily about it.
All right, so what do you think he means by freckled angels? Because I think that's what this album is called. Remember when we saw the Dominoes song the album was called Freckled Angels. So what is he referring to? I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
curious.
know either. I was going to ask that. I mean, it has to mean something.
It does.
Good point.
Yes,
Thank you.
Excellent. So just to recap,
Do you have an idea?
we're sure it means something.
Yes.
All right, guys. I don't know. Do you guys have a guess?
Yeah, but I want to hear your guesses first.
I have no
I
idea.
don't even know if I have
like
one.
people who have been through something, like I don't know, like they're scarred a little bit. I don't know.
Well, I
Help
guess for me, I was thinking when you think of if he was just talking about angels,
Mm-hmm.
you're picturing these perfect divine beings which really aren't susceptible to human emotions and human experience. But to me, the idea of a freckled angel is sort of like a human angel. Like this is a human that lived a human life, and I'm thinking of Joe, and went through whatever hardships he went through. And he's an angel now, but he's a freckled angel. He lived. That's just what that's that's what I thought it meant.
Aren't all angels humans at one point?
No, I don't believe so. I am not a biblical scholar, but I don't.
Neither am I.
I don't believe that all angels were humans. I believe some angels were
born angels.
We're born angels, right? What's the... So
I mean, I guess like freckles, when you think of freckles, it's like from the sun you get freckles, right?
Okay, yeah, all right.
Sort of.
Sort of, maybe.
So what I was thinking, it's kind of similar. When a human angel would be someone who was out in the sun on Earth.
And or just being like imperfect, because freckles being like
imperfect.
blemishes, like
That's kind of what I was saying. It's just
way.
an evidence of their humanity, evidence of having lived a human experience.
I like that, actually. You fixed it.
Okay, thank you. 13 years and I still miss you. Now my wings are missing feather. So it's almost like he was an angel when he was younger, maybe, and he's lost some of his feathers.
You lost me again.
All right, okay. We won't dive into that too much, but
because like he was innocent and now
yes,
he's not.
Right. Now he's not innocent. He's not innocent because he lived this experience with Joe. He lost his best friend. He lost his innocence.
And Joe. He lost Joe.
And he lost Joe.
Maybe he's the feather.
And I feel like in the beginning... Wait, go ahead, Corinne.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say I liked at the end that he like stopped using the piano, so it was like...
Yeah.
Emphasize the emotion in his voice.
I also thought towards the end he was playing the piano very delicately.
Mm-hmm.
What's that called? When you play it really light.
Piano is when you play it
Piano.
quiet.
Forte is when you play it.
It's called piano when you play it quiet. Really?
Yeah. It's also like
whatever. He was just playing it really delicately, and then he was still kind of had this aggressive like grit in his voice because he was very upset and all these emotions. But I thought that was it was quite lovely. Everything he does is so purposeful, and it's
in the background and like the little lantern on the
on the piano.
Yeah.
And just the fact that he can play guitar and piano.
Okay,
so
that's pretty impressive. And
also so you go.
No, you were finishing that thought.
Well, just in terms of the setting, it felt like high up.
Yes.
Which
that's a thought.
The idea of jumping. And
right. Yes.
That kind of I don't know.
That's of course. So from what we know about Ren, that was probably deliberate.
Right.
And I don't know exactly what was in the background. There appeared to be a stadium in the background.
City of some kind.
City. We apologize. We don't know exactly which background that is, but maybe we were overlooking the river that Joe jumped into, and he he makes another mention here of, and I think this was toward the end more of not finding the body. Like we didn't even have the body.
They couldn't wave to the hearse.
That's just devastating.
What I was noticing in the beginning, it almost seems like he's talking from the perspective of Joe, because he's talking about like, I guess it could be from either of them really, but like I could see this in Joe's perspective. Like it's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut, your stomach burns. The entire ocean came from tear ducts. Like this person who's really devastated doesn't feel like there's anywhere they can go. They can't go up because their wings are cut. Right. Like the world has kind of beaten them down, and they look down at he also says like what it felt like to look down and see tranquility of this water flowing by, and just...
Well, that's interesting, too. I like that one, because it's like the lake, or wherever the body of water that he jumped was just a river before, and it used to be like tranquility.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But now it's...
But it's changed.
Now it carries all this meaning behind it. And also just thinking, I read... What is it called? I read this one book. Malcolm Gladwell book that I was reading last summer.
Talking to Strangers.
Oh, yeah.
And they had this whole section about, I'm not going to remember any of the important details.
You can paraphrase.
But that poet who killed herself, Sylvia Plath, and how, and they were just talking about like how suicide can be prevented in the future, and they were thinking about like putting up nets or that kind of thing, and a lot of the research on it has found that.
I vaguely remember. I also read that one.
That it's a lot of people who have these thoughts. If there's an opportunity at the moment they have these thoughts, like then they'll do it. But if the opportunity isn't available at the moment they have the thoughts, it's not like they're just going to find a way around it.
I thought it was the opposite, that they would find a way around it.
That seems like a very important point.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You read it more recently than me. So.
It's not, because a lot of people will say
But I thought because Sylvia Plath tried a bunch of times. I thought
Well,
that was part of... Okay,
no.
sorry.
So it's not the other way around, because a lot of people will say, why are we spending taxpayer dollars to put nets on these bridges when people are just they'll just go buy pills and take a ton of them.
No, I get that makes sense.
And there's been so much research that has gone into it. But if someone's walking along a bridge and thinks about this, the opportunity is right there. They'll do it. When if they gave themselves more time to think, if there was a net there, they couldn't do it. They would think about it
Right.
longer. Some
and
people,
that the feelings
Sylvia,
may go away.
Yeah.
They're super strong, and it gives them time to,
Sylvia Plath, obviously.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply for all people, but she's just thinking like, this person looked down at this river, and to all of us, it would be something beautiful, and just, but it just came at such a bad time, and it was an opportunity for him, and that's where his brain went.
Yeah.
When, if there was something preventative there, or if he just happened to walk somewhere else,
of course,
it wouldn't have. I don't know. Maybe he walked to the river with that intention, but I just found it so interesting to think like, if the opportunity is there at just the wrong time, the people who are really, really struggling, they're just like, I need to escape this.
Right.
How awful this has been, how overwhelming. But then if they don't have that opportunity, they can take a step back and, I don't know.
Right. No, I totally get that. I'm not sure if I ever shared this with you guys, but you know this about me. Like, I struggled with depression in high school. But I wrote, when I was a junior in high school, I wrote a paper which was my philosophical defense of suicide. And I made a very simple argument. Here's my argument. And this is the first time I'm sharing this publicly. This was my...
Or with us.
Or with you. Yes. So regardless of what your beliefs are, whether you're religious or not, there are only 4 things that can happen to you when you die. Are you ready?
Okay.
Number 1, you're better off.
Oh my God.
Number 2, it's exactly the same.
Okay.
Number 3, you're worse off. And number 4, it's nothing.
That's true for everything.
Okay. Those are the only 4 possibilities. So by taking your life, you have a 75% chance of being better off, exactly the same, or nothing. And those might be better.
Why didn't you take off
because worse off. You don't want worse off.
Oh,
but I'm saying you have a 75%
Mm-hmm.
chance of probably being in a better situation than you're in, or not losing it all.
Is there like a happy turnaround?
No. And so what happened was I wrote this, I handed it in, and my teacher didn't know what to make of it, and ended up getting a counselor involved in calling my mother. Okay, so that is a true story. Grammy, if you're watching still, I apologize because I remember you got that call from school that I wrote a paper in defense. It was kind of when I was going through my depression, and
it's an interesting point, but it's not a happy one.
It's not a happy one.
But yeah, I guess I can't really say anything about it because I'm not religious. So obviously, I don't think you're going to be better off when you do that.
Right. But that's one of the 4 chances.
View,
yes, yeah.
Well, that's a really bummer of a paper.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't kill yourself.
I'm glad I didn't take my life as well.
But it's also like, I don't know. It's yes, for that individual person, but as we've seen in this video too, one person making that decision, sure, they have a 75% chance of nothing bad happening, or you know what I mean. But they also then create this whole ripple effect for the people they love back on Earth.
And I think that is when you're going through that turmoil in your life, you don't see that as obvious as it is now to me, and to other.
You didn't even include that part in your paper?
I didn't.
That it would hurt other people?
No, because when you're that selfishly motivated, that you don't look at those other possibilities.
I mean, I don't think it's selfish necessarily, but I think it's just like when you're in that deep of a hole, you feel like no one really cares about it or about you anyway. Because then sometimes, like when you get in that tough of a situation, you kind of start to look around and you're like, how did everyone just watch me fall down this pit of awful
hole.
I feel like we've gotten far from the song.
We've gotten pretty far from the song.
We covered a lot of ground. Great song. Again, we could have gone through each line and said something about it, but we should probably
wrap this up.
He's a great writer.
But I do want to hear what everyone thinks of what Freckled Angels
Yeah,
means.
somebody help us out with Freckled Angels, because obviously he's used that reference in
and
a
their
different...
hearts are their largest.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
I also, like, obviously, as I so wisely said, it definitely means something. So I want to know what it is.
We think we're really onto something with the Freckled Angels. So we'd love to hear from you guys. Okay. We have gone on for quite a long time already, and we're still...
It's only a 4-minute song. We've been talking for...
Yeah, we're still hoping...
It's gone 30 minutes.
We're talking for 30 minutes.
Okay, bye, everybody.
We're still hoping to create some videos that are actually less than 30 minutes. So thank you to all of you that recommended this. This is it's obviously a fantastic song. Very, very moving, very powerful. And there's still I could easily talk for another hour about this song, and we could
we need to talk more about that paper of yours. I have some philosophical arguments.
We'll follow up and talk about the paper. Thank you very much. So, Ren fans, we're happy you're along for the journey. But like I said, please take a look at the Aurora video that we're going to record next. It's called The River, because I think there are some connections to this that will be pretty interesting. And we'll probably tell people watching that, go back and watch the Ren video for Joe, and because it's all connected. We love finding those connections. So thank you all. Have a good night. Bye all.